Thank you for joining us. Welcome to LumioseStation.
Good pasa LumioseStation. For those of you who do not know me, my name is 6ftHax, or Leo Dan, whichever you would like to call me. I have been uploading videos for the past 3 years or so, and if you would like to see any more videos coming from me, my channel link will be down in the description. And I have for you guys today a really fun battle that I had against my buddy Shawnee. Now, looking at his team, the biggest threat I saw was easily going to be that Diggersby, just because if he does turn out to be choice banded, he could prove to be a big problem. So I really have to watch out for that, as he actually ends up leading off with the Diggersby. I'm going to be leading off with my Jirachi. I'm going to go straight for the U-turn because I know that any move I have on my Jirachi will not be able to knock out this Diggersby at full HP. So I'm going to switch into my Donphan, hoping that he would turn out to be Scarf, because Scarf Diggersby has risen in popularity from what I've seen on Showdown, but he turns out to be choice banded, as he does a solid 60% to my max defense, max HP Donphan. And I'm just gonna go for a little bit of damage with the Ice Shard because I want to wear him down, as he's able to knock me out with a second Earthquake. I can now bring in my Latios, banking on the fact that he is indeed choice banded, and due to the fact that he has no fairy type on his team, I'm free to go for a Draco Meteor as he brings in this Mandibuzz. I honestly thought that this Draco Meteor would be a 2-hit KO, but no, it only does about 51%, which just goes to show you just how bulky Mandibuzz truly is. And I don't want to stay in and take a possible knockoff, so I'm going to make the safe switch into my Manectric, just because for those of you who don't know, Megastones cannot get knocked off, so my Manectric is safe to come in. And if he did go for the Roost, I could just freely switch in without having to take any damage. But he does go for the aggressive and offensive play by going for the knockoff, as I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve. I'm going to predict him to bring in the Amoonguss or either the Diggersby, predicting me to go for the Thunderbolt or Volt Switch. And I know that Hidden Power Ice is definitely the better middle ground play, because if he did bring in Diggersby, predicting me to Thunderbolt or Volt Switch, I could still get off a good amount of damage with the Hidden Power Ice, or even possibly knock him out with it. But he does end up switching into the Amoonguss, and I'm hoping that he thinks I'll be fearing not being able to knock him out with one hit and he'll leave in his Amoonguss. So I'm actually going to go for the Flamethrower, which thankfully for me, Shawnee does end up leaving in his Amoonguss, allowing me to easily knock him out with the Flamethrower, which means one potential nuisance is out of the way, as he brings in the Staraptor. The way he brought it in really has me thinking that he is choice scarfed, and I know Manectric will come in handy later in this battle, so I'm going to make the switch into my Jirachi, predicting him to either go for the Double Edge or the Brave Bird. As he does go for the Double Edge, I am not going to switch into my Jellicent to take the next one because I'm a ghost type, I'm not affected by it, but he actually switches out into his Diggersby, predicting me to maybe want to go for a U-turn. And I'm very positive I can live any one hit that he wants to go for, even though he is choice banded. Jellicent is very bulky, and he is going to be fearing this, so he's going to switch out into his Mandibuzz, as I actually get very lucky and I burn him with the Scald. And this is going to be very beneficial to me, because not only will I be wearing down the Mandibuzz, which is extremely bulky, but now his knockoffs won't be doing as much damage to my Manectric when I switch them in. So predicting him to go for the knockoff, I bring in my Manectric, but he actually switches out into his Greninja, and I'm just going to stay in because I'm very positive I can outspeed him and knock him out. But Shawnee turns out to have the Focus Sash, which I was not expecting whatsoever, because I've never seen Focus Sash on a non-lead Greninja. Above that, he hits me with the Scald and burns me, which is payback for me burning his Manectric, because now I only have one free turn. So I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Ice on the off chance that maybe he wanted to bring in the Diggersby, predicting me to go for a Volt Switch, but he actually just ends up foddering off his Greninja, and because he did burn me, it is going to be a double down. So I'm going to switch into my Scarf Jirachi, as he's actually going to switch into his Alakazam, which I kind of forgot can actually Mega Evolve, because most of the Alakazams I've seen recently are Focus Sash, and Mega Alakazam really isn't too common. But because I am Choice Scarfed, I'm going to be faster than him regardless. So what I'm going to do is just go for the safe U-turn, as it turns out that he is a Mega Alakazam. I'm able to get off a huge amount of damage. Looking back at it, I guess I could have gone for the Iron Head, but if I didn't flinch him, I really did not want to take a Shadow Ball, so I knew going for the U-turn was my better play in the long run of the battle, because now I can switch into my Salt Vest Conkeldurr, predicting the Shadow Ball, and he does end up getting the Spadef drop, but I'm very positive that he's not going to want to stay in because Mach Punch will be able to knock him out. So I'm just going to go for it just to be on the safe side, as he ends up bringing in the Mandibuzz, and thanks to that burn, I'm going to be able to bring him down to a point where I can just knock him out with another Mach Punch, because if I'm not mistaken, Mandibuzz is indeed faster than Conkeldurr, so Mach Punch was definitely my better play to do. Although, if he did go for the Roost, I could have gone for the Drain Punch, but he most likely would have gone for the knockoff just to get rid of my Assault Vest, and I really do want to keep the Assault Vest on my Conkeldurr. So he ends up bringing in the Staraptor. I make a bit of an odd switch into my Jellicent, because I thought he would actually go for the Double Edge. Looking back at it, he could have easily gone for the Brave Bird, so that was just a really dumb and risky play on my part. As he brings in the Alakazam, I'm very positive in the fact I can live any hit that he wants to go for, because I am specially defensive. So he's going to go for the Shadow Ball, which surprisingly enough only does 50%, but me being the complete idiot that I am, looked away from the screen and forgot that Mega Alakazam gets Trace as his ability, and I go for the Scald and I give him HP back because he did trace my Water Absorb. But thankfully I live the Energy Ball and I'm able to get off a good bit of damage with the Ice Beam, although it would have been really nice to keep my Jellicent. In the long run of the battle, that dumb play really is not game changing in the slightest, as he's able to knock me out with another attack. I can now just easily bring in my Jirachi. His last Pokemon at this point are this Alakazam, Staraptor, and Diggersby, which are all weak to my Ice Punch. So I'm going to lock myself into the Ice Punch. As I knock out the Alakazam, he's going to bring in the Diggersby, and because I'm Scarfed, if he himself was Scarfed, I would still be faster than him, as I'm able to knock him out. And at this point, his last Pokemon is the Staraptor, which means even though if I don't knock him out, I'll be able to bring him down to a point where my Conkeldurr can come back in and knock him out with the Mach Punch, as he actually lives the Ice Punch, which I was kind of surprised about. But I, in return, am going to be able to live this Brave Bird and finish him off with a final Ice Punch to end up winning the battle. So yeah, that was definitely a very fun battle. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and as I said at the beginning of the video, if you would like to see more content from me, my channel link is down in the description, so make sure to go check me out. Subscribe to LumioStation if you have not already, and feel free to leave a comment on what you thought about my narration. So with that, guys, I will see you all soon, so later everybody.